How's it going, guys? Preston or Citizen Response. Go to the video coming to you guys today. We're going to be talking about the Vortex Defender CCW red dot. If you've been running these subcompact 9mm guns for any amount of time now, you'll know there are a lot of optic offerings. It is cut on this RMSC footprint. Most of them now come with that, so the RMRCC is kind of out for a number of reasons. It's probably not the best option for most people. A lot of people are running hollow sun dots. I personally have broken or had issues with multiple of those, so I kind of tend to stay away at this point. Siley has the Cat Pro. I tested that pretty extensively, and there were some really good things about it. But this Defender CCW, this new version, to me, it's everything we've been looking for a subcompact optic. I'm gonna tell you why. Kind of the things we're looking for with this optic for our subcompact guns is it's gonna maintain the slim profile so that we can still easily conceal these guns. I want it to be very durable and robust, just because I don't want my optic to break if it hits on something or you drop it, whatever situation you can think of. I want the top loading battery tray, or at least a removable battery, so I don't have to remove and take the optic on and off, re-zero. That is old technology. That should be in the past. We shouldn't have to deal with that anymore. And then I want good glass. I think it is a little bit overlooked with red dots. For me and my eyes, I want the best, clearest glass possible. So we're gonna talk about the Defender CCW and how it stacks up in all those categories. In terms of durability, this is an exceptionally well-built optic. Vortex for a long time did not make very good pistol optics, but when they went back to the drawing board, yeah, they definitely fixed it on the CCW, ST, and XL. This one is the one that I've used most of the time because I really only shoot my carry guns, except for when I'm shooting review guns. Yeah, this has been exceptionally durable. I could drop it on this concrete right now. I know I'm not gonna have any issues. It does have these little serrations right here at the front that if you need to rack it off with something. I think you should try and avoid doing that. But it is nice knowing that your optic's not going to break. This thing has held zero, and I have not had any issues through the few thousand rounds that I've shot through it on this gun at this point. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the flickering issue. So when this optic first came out, it definitely went in the crap bucket immediately because the refresh rate was too slow. So what that means is if you were watching your dot and recoil, which you really shouldn't be doing anyways, but just for the sake of the conversation, your dot would flicker looking like it's turning on and off. And then if you were to go target to target, you would see your dot flickering. People don't like that. They don't want that. And so that immediately kind of removed the CCW from a serious contender for an optic for, if someone's everyday carry pistol. However, they fixed that. So if you're going to go buy one of these, make sure you get the 10-minute auto shut-off version, and you will see that they have fixed the refresh rate. So now that that is fixed, I think that this is a serious contender for an everyday carry optic. Probably the next category that I think is excellent with the Defender CCW is just how tall the window is. Now, it's not so tall that it's going to negatively affect your concealment, but if you're used to presenting like an RMR, this to me feels noticeably taller than like an RMR window, or even like a 509T or an Acro. I personally think that this window is easier to pick up than one of those. Now, is it going to be as generous as something like the SRO or the RMR HD? No, but for one of these subcompact little guns, this is by far the most generous optic window that I've seen at this point. And it is just exceptionally easy to use to pick up the dot on the draw, whether I'm on the move or I'm static. It just comes completely naturally when I'm using it here on my 365X. On top of the size of the window, the clarity of the glass is excellent. I've used almost every major option that you have out there for these subcompact guns. A lot of them do have a noticeably blue tint. Is that the end of the world? Definitely not. But if I can get the clearest glass that I can without negatively affecting battery life too much, I'm gonna take it. And I can tell you, the glass clarity on the Defender CCW is excellent. It is almost unnoticeable if there's any tint whatsoever. If it is, it's just the absolute slightest amount. And now that doesn't affect battery life. I've not had issues. I've run this thing for 6 months before changing batteries, and I have not had any issues. Now keep in mind, I do turn the optic on and off, up and down manually. I don't use the auto off just for personal reasons. And something to keep in mind with those buttons, the buttons are very tactile, very easy to use. However, depending on your holster, it may cover your brightness increase button. So that's just something to be aware of depending on how you carry and what type of holster you use. But overall, the top loading battery tray is excellent. I haven't had any issues losing battery connection like I have with the side loading battery trays. The little side buttons are very tactical, very usable, not tactical, tactile. The build quality, it is very, very robust, and the glass clarity is excellent, top tier. And that's before we even mention the price. This thing comes in, I think I got it for $200. So definitely in that budget category for an Optic, but you're getting an excellent high quality Optic. I think Vortex has done a really good job stepping their game up and have finally given us something that I think this answers everything. I would be hard pressed to think of what other features I would want in an Optic for my concealed carry gun. This one is the 3 MOA version. They have a 6 MOA version as well. If the big dot is your speed, I like the 3 MOA. It's a little bit more precise, and you can bloom it up if you really want that big dot. Another thing to keep in mind is the dot brightness is very, very, very good. There are some optics that I've used that just don't get bright enough to be very usable on a bright day here in Texas in the summer. And I can tell you that when you turn this thing up to the very max, you're gonna have a little fireball that you're gonna be dealing with. And so there's a wide range of brightness adjustability that's going to suit you well, depending on whatever lighting condition you find yourself in. That's all I got, guys. If you were looking for a new Optic, I don't have any relationship with Vortex. I bought this with my own money. This is the one that I'm going to be recommending. This is the one that I will be using and buying for any other subcompact guns that I find myself using in the future. As always, thank you for watching the video. I really appreciate it. I hope it was informative. If you have any questions or anything you want to talk about, comments down below. I'm open to whatever it is that you have to say. And as always, at the end of my videos, I like to give an offer. So I'm a Christian. I wasn't always a Christian. I came to faith in college after being, a doubter, not quite an atheist, more of an agnostic. And so I've had a pretty crazy journey ever since then, coming to faith, learning about who Jesus is, who God is, what's our purpose here. So if you have any questions or you just need someone to talk to, you can always hit me down on my email or my DM on Instagram. And I also will send you a free Bible if you want one, chronological, so it's a lot easier to read if you've never read it before. So there you go, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching the video. Get out there, train hard, stay safe.